Every morning gives you a new chance to begin again, to rise with purpose, and to choose how you will face the world. The sun doesn't ask permission to shine, it simply rises, reminding you that no matter what happened yesterday, today is another opportunity to grow stronger, think clearer, and live better. The way you start your morning shapes your entire day. When you wake up with gratitude, discipline, and belief, you set a tone that nothing can shake. This is your moment to take control of your mindset before the world tries to control it for you. Don't scroll through distractions. Don't sink into doubt. Breathe, focus, and speak life into your goals. The energy you bring into the morning determines the power you'll carry through every challenge. So stand tall, look yourself in the mirror, and remind yourself who you are and what you're capable of. Every great day begins with a decision to rise with intention, to push past fear, and to move with purpose. The morning isn't just another routine, it's your foundation for greatness. How you begin will define how far you go, and today you get to decide exactly who you'll become. Every morning is a fresh beginning, a reset button gifted to you by life itself. The moment your eyes open, you are handed an opportunity, a chance to rewrite your story, to shift your mindset, and to approach the day with gratitude and purpose. But most people wake up already defeated, scrolling through their phones, dragging the weight of yesterday into a brand new day. They forget the power hidden in those first few minutes after waking. That's when your mind is clear, open, and ready to be directed. If you start with negativity, you feed chaos. But if you begin with gratitude, you feed strength. Gratitude changes how you see the world. It shifts your focus from what's missing to what's possible. When you open your eyes and say, I'm alive, I'm breathing, I'm capable, something in you begins to move differently. You begin to see the light even when things feel dark. Gratitude isn't just a feeling, it's a practice, a decision you make even when life isn't perfect. It's easy to be thankful when everything is going your way, but true strength is waking up thankful even when it's not. That's what separates those who drift through life from those who dominate it. When you start your morning with gratitude, you remind yourself that you already have enough to move forward. You stop chasing validation from others because you're fueled from within. You begin to see that every obstacle, every delay, every little thing you once took for granted is shaping you for something bigger. Gratitude builds resilience. It makes you mentally unshakable because it shifts your focus from problems to possibilities. When you begin your day with intention, you take back control of your life. Most people wake up and let the world decide how their day will go. The notifications, the opinions, the stress. But when you wake up with purpose, you set your direction before anything else has the chance to sway you. You can't control everything that happens, but you can control how you respond. Intention is about choosing that response consciously. It's about waking up and asking yourself, who do I want to be today? Rather than what do I have to do today? That simple shift changes everything. You stop living in reaction and start living in creation. Intention turns an ordinary morning into a powerful ritual. It can be as simple as sitting in silence for 5 minutes, breathing deeply, and setting your focus. It can be writing down 3 things you're grateful for, or visualizing the person you're becoming. These small actions are not meaningless. They're wiring your brain for success. They remind your subconscious that you are in control, that you are not here to drift through another day, but to own it. Starting your day with intention aligns your actions with your goals. It turns chaos into clarity. When gratitude and intention meet, you become unstoppable. Gratitude fills you with peace, while intention fuels you with drive. Together, they form the foundation for confidence, discipline, and success. A grateful heart silences fear. An intentional mind directs power each morning when you choose. Both. You step into the world with a calm mind and a focused spirit. You stop being a victim of circumstance and start becoming a creator of your destiny. Think about the energy you bring into your mornings. Are you waking up rushed, irritated, distracted? Or are you grounded, aware, and focused? Because the energy you begin with multiplies throughout the day. If you start anxious, everything feels heavier. But if you start grateful, even challenges feel lighter. It's not magic, it's mindset. Gratitude changes the lens through which you see life, and intention changes the direction in which you move. Both are choices, and both are within your control every single morning. Imagine waking up tomorrow, and instead of reaching for your phone, you reach for your thoughts. You take a breath and remind yourself of 3 blessings: your health, your strength, your potential. You stand up not because you have to, but because you realize that every day. You wake up as a privilege denied to many, and that simple truth fuels your drive. Then you decide what kind of energy you'll carry today. Calm, focused, grateful. You're not leaving it to chance, you're setting the tone. That's intention. That's ownership. When you start your morning this way, life begins to flow differently. The noise around you loses its grip. The stress, the negativity, the fear, they can't penetrate a mind that's anchored in gratitude. You start noticing the beauty in the small things. The sunlight on your face, the quiet strength in your routine, the possibilities hidden in the simplest moments. You start to feel alive, not because everything is perfect, but because you've learned to appreciate the imperfection. That is where real growth begins. Every sunrise is an invitation to begin again. You are not the same person you were yesterday. You've grown, you've learned, and now you have a choice to wake up and repeat old patterns or to wake up and rise into the next version of yourself. Gratitude and intention are your tools. They are the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. When you wake up with both, you send a message to life that you are ready, that you're no longer waiting for things to change. You are changing yourself first. That's how transformation begins, not through giant leaps, but through the simple, powerful decision to start each day with a heart full of thanks and a mind full of purpose. Control your mindset before the world influences it. The moment you wake up, the world starts pulling at your attention. Notifications, messages, noise, opinions, worries, all fighting to claim your focus before you even take your first deep breath. Most people hand their peace away without realizing it. They let the outside world decide how they'll feel before they've even decided who they'll be. But if you want to win your day, if you want to build a life that's grounded, powerful, and unshakable, you must learn to take command of your mind before the world does. The first thoughts you think in the morning are like seeds planted in the soil of your subconscious. If you allow negativity to enter first, it will grow and choke everything good that tries to follow. But if you plant thoughts of strength, purpose, and gratitude, you build a foundation that nothing can easily break. Controlling your mindset is about awareness. It's about catching yourself before the spiral begins. It's about understanding that the world is loud, but you decide which voice you listen to. Before you reach for your phone, reach for your breath. Before you scroll, center yourself in silence, because in that silence, you reclaim your power. You remind yourself that peace is not something you stumble upon, it's something you choose. The world will always test your energy, but you decide whether to react or respond. The moment you control your thoughts, you control your life. Think about it. Every great leader, athlete, or achiever you admire has mastered their mornings. They don't wake up reacting. They wake up creating. They take time to set their state of mind before the demands of the day begin. They meditate, they journal, they speak affirmations, they visualize their goals. It's not ritual for them, it's armor, because they understand that the greatest battles are not fought in the gym, the office, or the arena. They fought in the mind before the day even starts. And if your mind isn't strong, the world will take it from you. Controlling your mindset doesn't mean avoiding the negative. It means facing it with awareness. It means acknowledging that yes, life is unpredictable, but you are not powerless. You can't stop the storm, but you can control your inner weather. When you master your response, you take control of everything that matters. The world might throw stress, doubt, and fear your way, but your mind decides whether those things stick or pass through. You can either let the world define your state, or you can define it yourself every single morning. This is why mornings matter so much. That first hour after you wake up is sacred. It determines the tone of your day. You can fill it with noise or with intention. You can rush into chaos or build calm within yourself. Controlling your mindset is not about perfection. It's about preparation. It's about recognizing that your mental state is your responsibility. If you start the day anchored in clarity, gratitude, and strength, the noise of the world can't shake you easily. But if you begin distracted, anxious, or aimless, everything feels heavier than it really is. Your thoughts are like a compass. They direct the energy that follows. When you let the world set your compass, you drift. But when you set it yourself, you move with direction. That's why you must be the first voice your mind hears each morning. Speak to yourself before the world does. Tell yourself who you are, what you stand for, and where you're going. Because if you don't, the world will tell you something else, and it will always be smaller than the truth you are the gatekeeper of your mind. Every thought that enters is either a brick that builds you or a weight that breaks you. You decide which gets in. And that decision begins the moment you wake up. When you control your mindset, you become intentional about what you feed your brain. You become selective about what deserves your energy. You begin to see that not every battle is yours to fight. Not every opinion is yours to absorb. Not every fear is yours to carry. The more you master your mental space, the more powerful you become in every area of your life. The world will always be loud, chaotic, and unpredictable. But peace is built from the inside out. You don't find it. You make it through mourning, discipline, through choosing focus over distraction, purpose over panic, intention over impulse. Every time you take a deep breath instead of reacting, every time you choose silence instead of scrolling, every time you decide what to think before the world tells you what to feel, you are building a fortress inside your mind. Control your mindset before the world influences it, because the world isn't built to make you strong. It's built to make you distracted. And distraction kills growth faster than failure ever could. The one who wins the morning wins the day, and the one who wins their mind wins their life. So take those first moments seriously. Protect your peace like it's your greatest treasure, because it is everything you build starts there, in the quiet decision that your mind belongs to you and no one else. Speak positive energy and belief into your goals. The words you speak to yourself are the foundation of your reality. Before the world believes in you, you must believe in yourself. Every goal you set, every dream you chase begins first in your mind, then in your mouth, and only then in your actions. The energy you put into your words has power. It shapes your focus, it directs your effort, and it attracts opportunities that align with your intention. Most people speak their fears louder than their faith. They talk about what's wrong, what's missing, what's impossible. They don't realize that every time they speak limitation, they strengthen it. But when you speak belief, when you speak life into your goals, you awaken the energy that drives you forward. The words you use become the script. Your life follows. If you tell yourself you can't, your mind will find reasons to agree. If you tell yourself you can, your mind will start looking for ways to make it happen. This is not empty motivation. It's psychology. Your words instruct your subconscious, and your subconscious controls your actions. Speak negativity and you sabotage yourself. Speak belief and you begin to act with conviction. What you speak consistently becomes what you expect, and what you expect becomes what you experience. That's why you must guard your language like it's sacred, because it is. Speaking positive energy doesn't mean ignoring challenges. It means choosing strength over defeat, hope over doubt, and persistence over fear. It's standing in front of your goals and declaring, I will find a way, even when you don't see one yet. It's refusing to let temporary failure convince you that you're not capable. It's understanding that what you say about yourself in private will echo loudly in your results. Every great achiever has had moments of uncertainty, but they spoke faith into the silence. They spoke strength into their struggle. They spoke victory before it ever showed up. Your words are like fuel. They can ignite your fire or extinguish it. When you say, I can, I will, I'm ready, you activate something inside you that moves mountains. You start to behave differently, to think differently, to feel differently. You carry yourself with confidence. You take bolder action because you've already decided within that you are capable. The belief you speak becomes the energy you radiate. And the energy you radiate attracts the people. Opportunities and outcomes align with that belief. It's not magic. It's mindset amplified by intention. When you speak positive energy, you are not lying to yourself. You are leading yourself. You are speaking to the version of you that already exists within, waiting to rise. You're giving your spirit instructions to move in alignment with your dreams. Even on the hardest days, your words can be your strength. I can handle this. I'm growing through this. This challenge will make me stronger. These are not cliches, they are lifelines. Every time you say them, you take power away from fear and give it back to yourself. Your goals require your belief long before they require your skill. You can have all the talent in the world, but if your inner voice is filled with doubt, you'll never go far. The most successful people are not always the smartest or the fastest. They're the ones who have mastered the voice in their head. They've trained it to speak faith, not fear. They've learned to replace I can't with I will. They've learned that speaking positivity is not arrogance. It's alignment with their purpose. Because if you don't believe in your goal enough to speak it with conviction, you'll never act on it with consistency. Every morning, your words set the tone for your day. The moment you wake up and say, today will be a good day, your brain begins scanning for reasons to prove it right. That's how powerful your words are. They dictate your focus. When you declare, I'm becoming stronger, I'm getting better, I am on my way, you reprogram your thoughts from limitation to growth, and your thoughts begin to attract experiences that match that vibration. The energy you speak becomes the energy you live. Start paying attention to what you say when no one's listening. That's where your real mindset lives. Do you speak defeat before you even begin, or do you speak faith even when the odds are against you? Because both will shape your reality. You can't speak negativity and expect positive outcomes. You can't say I'm stuck and expect growth. But when you speak life, When you speak belief, the world starts responding differently. Doors open, people notice, opportunities align, not because the world changed, but because you did. Speak positive energy into your goals daily. Say them out loud. Write them, feel them, see them. Let your words become your vision. Let your belief echo so loud that it drowns out your doubt. You have to speak it before you see it, because your words create the mental picture your actions will follow. Every time you affirm your goal, you are not just talking, you are training your mind to move in that direction. You are declaring to yourself and to the universe that you are ready to receive what you've been working for. Your belief gives life to your goal, and your words are the breath that keeps it alive. Discipline in the morning builds power for the day. The moment you wake up, you face a choice, the choice to take control of your day or let your day control you. Discipline is not about perfection. It's about consistency. It's the act of doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it. Every morning, before the noise, before the distraction, before the excuses, you have an opportunity to strengthen your mind. The small choices you make right after you open your eyes determine how strong you will stand when challenges come later. Most people lose the battle for the day. The moment they hit the snooze button, they trade growth for comfort, momentum for delay, but discipline is forged in those quiet moments when no one's watching, when the only competition is the voice inside your head telling you to stay in bed. Discipline is the difference between dreams and results. You can have all the motivation in the world, but if you don't train your mind to act, it fades. Motivation gets you started, but discipline keeps you moving when the excitement disappears. The morning is where that muscle is built. Every time you rise early, push through fatigue, or follow through on your promise to yourself, you're teaching your mind that your word means something. You're building credibility with yourself, and once you trust yourself, nothing can stop you. When you train your mind to act with discipline, you become unstoppable because you no longer rely on emotion to move. You move because you've decided to. You stop waiting for the perfect mood or the perfect time. You create it. Discipline removes hesitation. It replaces overthinking with action. It takes you from I'll try to I will. The morning is the best time to build that mindset because the world is quiet and your focus is pure. It's you versus your excuses. It's where the weak give up and the strong rise. Think of the morning as your foundation. Every habit, every thought, every choice you make early on sets the tone for the hours that follow. When you start with discipline, you carry power into everything you touch. You approach your work with more focus, your relationships with more presence, and your goals with more fire. Discipline creates clarity. It silences the noise that keeps most people distracted. It makes you efficient, precise, and grounded. It gives you control in a world that constantly tries to pull you off course. Discipline is also an act of self-respect. It's proving to yourself that your goals are worth more than your comfort. When you choose discipline, you're saying, my purpose matters. My vision matters. I matter. You're refusing to let laziness, fear, or distraction define who you are. The more you honor your commitments to yourself, the more powerful you become. The world starts to bend around people who follow through. Opportunities appear. Confidence grows. Strength multiplies. That's what discipline does. It builds momentum, and momentum builds power. The morning gives you a clean slate. What you do with it defines your direction. You can either use it to grow or waste it waiting for the day to feel right. The truth is, the day never feels perfect. There's always noise, always resistance. But those who rise early, those who move with purpose, those who act regardless of how they feel, they build an inner force that nothing can shake. They win not because they're more talented, but because they're more consistent. Discipline in the morning sharpens your mind. It strengthens your body and aligns your focus. Whether it's working out, reading, meditating, journaling, or simply getting up when your alarm rings, it's all training. Training for life, for pressure, for success. Every act of discipline compounds. One good morning leads to another, and soon it becomes who you are. You no longer have to think about showing up, you just do it. And that's when transformation happens. That's when life starts to shift from chaos to control. The beauty of morning discipline is that it builds quiet confidence. You don't need to boast. You don't need validation. You already know you've done something. Most people won't. That silent pride becomes power. It's a private victory that fuels your public success. Each disciplined morning adds another brick to the fortress of your mindset. You become more patient, more focused, more resilient. You start to trust yourself in every situation because you've proven that you can rely on your own effort. The day belongs to those who prepare for it. Discipline in the morning isn't about routines. It's about identity. It's about reminding yourself that you are in control of your time, your energy, and your purpose. When you start your day with structure, your mind feels clear, your body feels alive, and your spirit feels grounded. The noise of the world can't pull you as easily because you've already built strength before it began. You've already chosen to rise before others even start. That's where power comes from. Not luck, not talent, but the daily choice to show up no matter what. Every sunrise is a test, and every disciplined morning is a victory. You're not competing with anyone else. You're competing with your excuses, your doubts, your comfort zone. Each time you choose to move instead of delay, you're rewriting your future. The more you win these small battles, the more unstoppable you become, because discipline doesn't just build routines, it builds character, confidence, and control. And once you have those, you can handle anything the day throws your way. Focus determines the quality of your direction. You can wake up with energy, motivation, and even the best intentions, but without focus, your strength scatters like dust in the wind. Focus is the invisible force that separates those who move with purpose from those who drift through their days. It is the anchor that holds your mind steady when distractions pull from every side. In a world filled with noise, focus is your weapon. The ability to lock in, to channel your attention toward what truly matters, is what transforms effort into results. Every great achievement, every breakthrough begins with a mind that refuses to be divided. When you start your morning, your focus defines your direction. If your mind is scattered, your energy will follow. But when your thoughts align with your goals, your actions gain clarity. Focus gives shape to your vision. It tells your body where to go, your emotions how to respond, and your decisions which path to take. Without focus, your goals remain dreams, distant and unclear. But with it, even the hardest journey feels guided, even the most chaotic day feels conquerable. Focus isn't something that happens by accident. It's something you build through discipline and awareness. It's choosing to turn away from what doesn't serve your purpose. It's learning to silence the noise, both around you and inside you. The phone notifications, the opinions of others, the endless distractions, these are tests. They are designed to see how badly you want your dream. Every time you choose focus over distraction, you strengthen your willpower. You remind yourself that your goals matter more than temporary pleasure. You teach your mind to stay steady under pressure. The truth is, most people don't fail because they lack ability. They fail because they lose focus. They start strong but get lost in comparison, procrastination, and doubt. Focus keeps you grounded in your lane. It keeps your eyes on your purpose and your heart aligned with your mission. When you're focused, you stop chasing everything. You start building something. You begin to realize that saying no to distractions is saying yes to your potential. Focus is energy. Wherever your attention goes, your energy flows. If your attention is scattered across negativity, fear, or regret, your energy drains. But if your attention is fixed on growth, discipline, and gratitude, your energy multiplies. That's why the morning is sacred. It's the best time to train your focus. When the world is quiet, you can align your thoughts before the noise begins. You can decide what truly deserves your energy. The first hour of your day sets the tone for every decision that follows. If you train your focus early, your mind becomes sharper, your emotions calmer, and your purpose stronger. Focus also requires letting go of things that no longer serve you, of people who distract you, of habits that drain you. It's not about doing more, it's about doing what matters. The most powerful people aren't those who try to do everything. They're the ones who can concentrate fully on one thing at a time. When you give your full attention to the task in front of you, you unlock a different level of performance. You move faster, you think clearer, you feel more alive. Focus transforms work into art and struggle into mastery. The mind is like a lens. When it's unfocused, everything looks blurry and you can't see the path clearly. But when you sharpen it through focus, everything becomes vivid. You start to notice opportunities, patterns, and possibilities that were invisible before. Focus gives you direction, and direction gives you confidence. You stop questioning every move because you already know where you're going. You may not see the entire road, but you trust the next step. That's the power of a focused mind. It doesn't panic, it proceeds. When you cultivate focus, you stop reacting to life and start designing it. You stop being a passenger and take the wheel. Your mornings become rituals of intention rather than routines of chaos. Every action you take starts to have meaning. You're no longer busy, you're productive, you're no longer distracted, you're directed. You begin to value your time like gold because you understand that your attention is the most powerful currency you own. But focus isn't easy, it demands sacrifice. You'll have to disconnect from distractions, detach from comfort, and devote yourself to consistency. You'll have to be okay with not being everywhere, not doing everything, and not pleasing everyone. That's what separates achievers from dreamers. Those who focus know that success isn't about doing it all. It's about doing what matters most and doing it well. Focus doesn't just guide your path. It refines your character. It teaches you patience, discipline, and depth. Each morning when you choose focus, you're telling the world that your purpose matters more than its noise. You're deciding to pour your time into what fuels you instead of what drains you. You're building momentum that carries through the day. Because where focus goes, progress follows. And every day you stay focused, you move closer to the person you're meant to become. Every morning is a chance to reset and rise stronger. No matter what happened yesterday, the mistakes, the disappointments, the failures, when you open your eyes today, you've been given a clean slate. The morning is a quiet reminder from life that you are not defined by your past, only by what you choose to do next. It's a moment to breathe, to realign, and to begin again with renewed strength. Each sunrise whispers that you still have time, that you still have purpose, and that your story is not over yet. Every day you wake up, you get another opportunity to rewrite it, to rebuild what was broken, to prove to yourself that you can rise again. There is power in the reset. It's not about forgetting the past, but about learning from it, carrying the lesson, and releasing the weight. Every morning gives you a choice to hold on to yesterday's pain or to stand up with today's potential. Life will always throw storms your way, but the morning light is proof that even after the darkest night, something new can begin. You may have been knocked down, you may have been doubted, but as long as you have breath, you still have the power to rise. The morning is your chance to start stronger than before, to remind yourself that you are not your setbacks, you are your comebacks. You can choose to rise with gratitude, with focus, with purpose. Every sunrise is an invitation to become better, to evolve, to turn the pain into power. You can't change what's behind you, but you can always choose what's ahead. That's the beauty of a new day. It gives you permission to rebuild without apology. When you open your eyes, you are gifted with 24 hours of opportunity. What you do with it is up to you. You can let the weight of regret pull you down, or you can use it as fuel to rise higher. The mind may still echo with memories of failure, but the heart knows it was never meant to stay there. The heart was built to grow, to fight, to rise again and again. The morning is a reminder that strength isn't about never falling, it's about refusing to stay down. Each day is a mirror. What you see in it depends on what you choose to reflect. When you decide to see hope, strength, and potential instead of pain, the entire world starts to shift around you. The morning doesn't judge you for how many times you've stumbled. It simply asks, what will you do today? That's all that matters. The action you take now, not the mistakes behind you. Every morning is a second chance to align your thoughts with your goals, to step closer to the person you want to be. Resetting doesn't mean starting over from nothing. It means starting again with experience, with wisdom, with scars that have made you stronger. You are not the same person you were yesterday, and that's the beauty of life. It constantly gives you the opportunity to evolve. The morning is your training ground. It's where you rebuild your mindset, set your tone, and prepare your heart for the day ahead. If you wake up with intention, everything changes. You move differently, think differently, act differently. You start attracting strength instead of chaos, clarity instead of confusion. Don't underestimate the power of small beginnings. Even the greatest journeys start with one step, and every morning is that step. You don't have to conquer the entire mountain today. You just have to climb a little higher than you did yesterday. That's how growth happens. That's how strength is built. In repetition, in persistence, in the choice to rise again and again. No matter how many times you've been tested, the morning gives you the space to reset your focus and your energy. It's your opportunity to breathe out the stress of yesterday and breathe in the promise of today. You can't rise strong without first deciding to let go of what's holding you down. So use the silence of the morning to clear your mind, to forgive yourself, to recommit to your purpose. Every sunrise is a reminder that life doesn't wait for perfection. It rewards consistency, courage, and effort. When you learn to see mornings as blessings instead of burdens, your entire perspective changes. You stop rushing through them and start using them. You realize that each one is a gift, an open door to transformation. No matter how heavy yesterday was, today is lighter if you choose to carry only what helps you move forward. The world belongs to those who can reset, who can rise, who can begin again without fear. Because strength isn't found in never breaking. It's found in rebuilding yourself every single day, stronger than before. How you start your day shapes who you become. The first thoughts you allow into your mind, the first actions you take, the first energy you release, all of it sets the rhythm for everything that follows. Your mornings are not just a part of your day, they are the foundation of your identity. Every choice you make when you wake up builds the version of yourself you're becoming. When you rise with intention, when you choose gratitude over complaint, action over hesitation, and discipline over comfort, you're not just starting a day, you're shaping a life. The world will always try to pull you into distraction, chaos, and urgency, but your morning is your sanctuary. It's where you claim ownership of your time, your focus, your emotions. If you wake up reacting, scrolling, and comparing, you hand over control before the day even begins. But if you wake up grounded, focused, and deliberate, you step into the world with power. The energy you carry from those first moments determines how you handle challenges, how you communicate, how you perform. It's not luck or talent that separates winners from wanderers. It's the mindset they build before the world wakes up. Each morning is a reflection of your standards. If you start it with chaos, your day follows that rhythm. If you start it with clarity, your life begins to align. The person you become is shaped by your repeated patterns. The things you do consistently when no one's watching. That's why the morning is sacred. It reveals your discipline, your hunger, your values. The strongest people in the world aren't born that way. They build strength through consistent beginnings. Every sunrise, they recommit to their purpose. Every morning, they sharpen their focus and their belief. You can't become who you're meant to be by sleeping through your potential. The habits you choose before the noise begins determine your future. The way you talk to yourself in the quiet hours sets the tone for how you'll face the world. If you wake up telling yourself you can, you will. If you wake up already defeated by fear, your day follows that defeat. The morning is your mirror. It reflects your self-belief. If you want to change your life, change the way you begin each day. It's easy to underestimate the power of small, consistent choices. Waking up early, moving your body, reading something that fuels your mind, taking a moment to breathe. All of these things may seem small, but together, they transform you. They create a mindset of momentum. They remind you that you are in control, that you can direct your path instead of drifting through it. When you take charge of your mornings, you stop living in reaction and start living in creation. The way you start your day also defines how you respond to adversity. A focused, grounded mind can handle pressure, rejection, and failure without falling apart. A scattered mind collapses at the first obstacle. That's why those first moments matter so much. They're your mental training ground. If you want to be stronger in chaos, build peace in your mornings. If you want to lead with confidence, practice consistency before anyone's watching. The person you are when you rise is the person you'll carry into every challenge, every opportunity, every victory. Mornings are not just about routine, they're about alignment. They connect who you are now with who you want to become. Each sunrise is a chance to bridge that gap. The way you begin determines the direction your life moves. When you start your day with vision, gratitude, and action, you create a pattern of progress. You stop waiting for motivation and start becoming the source of it. The life you dream of is not built in grand gestures, but in quiet mornings filled with purpose. Every great transformation starts at dawn, in the stillness before the world begins. That's where focus is born, where self-belief grows, and where strength is forged. When you own your mornings, you own your life. Because who you become tomorrow depends on how you begin today. The start of your day is not just a habit, it's a declaration of who you are, what you value, and what kind of person you're becoming.